All right, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna try something different. We're just gonna hang out today and just talk about it. I'm gonna go feed off of you guys on this stream or this video if you have any questions on it, and if you can throw it in the comments. But we're just gonna talk about, is it the right time to buy a Tesla or not, or should we just kind of like wait it out or anything like that? So we're just gonna hang out and stream for a little bit because I couldn't really figure out like a topic today, I guess. So we're just gonna talk about it, and that's really it. So, but before we get into that, let's roll that intro real quick. All right, so welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla at the best possible selling price, or just getting really good financing. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. So this is what we know so far, right? So, that's a comment from last one. So congrats to Larry for getting 84 months at 3.34. That's actually a decent rate. We're just going to hang out today. If you have any comments in the chat, go ahead and throw it into the comments about buying a Tesla or selling a Tesla. It's just going to be my, I should do this once a week. I think like a Q&A, ask me anything about like your free session about buying a Tesla. But if you're looking for that one-on-one call, if you want some, you want to schedule a call with me, that's a 15 to 30 minute call. You can actually do that. Down below in the description, there's a Calendly link where you can schedule a call with me and ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, or even financing a Tesla. And after you schedule the call, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources that I use. And right now, they're on my guide. There are two credit unions, one that has a interest rate of 3% and one at 3.14% for 60 to 65 months, or even that 84 months, like Larry said. So, but you don't have to do that. Just watching here, being here, hitting the like, definitely commenting, and definitely subscribing goes a long way. So thank you for that. But this is what we know so far, right? So the tax credit is on the horizon. We know that it's coming, but we don't know exactly what's the stipulations of it. But at the same time, Tesla has graciously given us this $3,750 discount on the Model 3 and the Model Y that if you take delivery this month, and it has to be inventory. And if you don't know, there's tons of inventory available right now. 400 Model 3s that you can put your name on and take delivery this month. Model X 39, of course, the Model X doesn't come with a discount. 400 Model Ys that you can put out your name on this month. Ton all over the place. Even the illustrious rare standard range is available. So there's tons, and every single day there's more inventory. So Waiting for Tesla is a great site. If you don't know, go to that website, take a look at all the vehicles out there. You'll be surprised that there's probably a ton out there, and some even with a nice discount. So my recommendation is definitely go find one with a discount if you can. And right here, the really cool thing is the guy who put this together tracks inventory drops. And today there was 112 Tesla Model Ys that became available for sale today. So there's inventory out there. So the question is like, do we kind of put your name on it? Do we take delivery soon, or do we kind of just wait? That's the thing. So Diana, welcome back. Welcome out. Yeah, today's going to be a chill stream. We're just going to talk about, if you have any questions, you can throw them in the chat if you don't want to wait till then. But yeah, booking a Calendly link. Talk to you soon. Exactly. Thank you. SF City Babe. I'm debating between buying a demo 2023 Model Y Performance or a 2023 CRV Hybrid Sport Touring. That's an interesting comparison. The Tesla is double the price, but I would wonder if spending $92,000 on it is worth it. I would say no. Spending $92,000 on a small car like that is definitely not worth it. If you've got $92,000, there's another car that I would want to recommend to you, and that is either the Tesla Model S or the Tesla Model X. Both are great cars. Both are in that $90,000 range. I would rather you please get that instead of a small Model Y. SF City Boy, by the way, thanks for the credit union referral. I got 2.74 for 65 months and also 2.49 in 72 months last week. Congrats. Wow, that's actually really good rates. Considering it was only last week, I thought like all the rates that I recommended raised it up. So that's actually amazing. What credit union? Drop it in the comments so you can give some free knowledge to everybody else while we're here. But that's amazing. I would recommend please get a Model X or a Model S. And you might be asking me, where can you get Model S and Model X's in that price range? Well, of course, I would point to slightly used ones, not like super used, but you can see right here, right off the bat, this is nice. $87,000 for a refresh. You can tell it's refresh because it's got blacked out trim, Model S right here. Now, is this the cheapest one? Yeah, I guess that is the cheapest one in the country. Yeah, a $87,000 2022 Model S. I bet if I switched this to 2021, it would get even cheaper, but yeah, so okay, that makes sense. $92,000 is with taxes and fees. We can get cheaper though. I mean, I don't know if you're like dead set on an SUV, but we could go down to a 2021 refresh and we could find one. I bet I can find one in the 70s. Let's see. Hopefully, maybe I shouldn't have bet. Oh, here we go. Toyota Melbourne. Okay, I don't know where that is, but definitely has got some high mileage, 40,000. But that's a heavy ride for $76,000, and with taxes and fees, you're still under a Model Y performance. I would 100% get this. This is faster than a Model Y performance. This is more comfortable than a Model Y performance because Model Ys, I have terrible suspension, and Model 3. So if you could get this, I would really recommend you get this instead if you're going to be spending $92,000. Here's another one, $78,000 with half the miles at 23,000 miles. That's my free recommendation to you. Take it or leave it. I mean, you don't have to, but yeah. Tony's SFC, $19,000 outdoor is crazy for a Model Y. Yeah, exactly. My thoughts exactly. Like, that's almost $100,000 for basically a RAV4 or CRV electric version, of course. But please do not do that. Happy Widow, yes, exactly. Let's try and convince City Boy not to. With 90s with tax and fees and the $15,000 FSD. I like the 2023 demo because it has suspension and USS sensors. Yeah. Oh, it has the USS sensors on the 2023 demo. Interesting. Huh. Okay. $15,000 FSD, please do not get that. That's a waste of money unless you are going to keep the car for like 10 years. I'd rather you also, I mean, you don't have to listen to me. I'm just a guy on YouTube, but please do not get the $15,000 FSD. There is a $200 full self-driving subscription. Please get that instead. Save your money. That way you can get the subscription first. See if it really is worth it to you. And if you still are gung-ho and you really feel like you want the full self-driving in all its glory, and spoiler alert, it's not that amazing, then go ahead and spend the $15,000. So please do not. At least, I feel like it's a safer bet to not plunk down the $15,000, do the $200 a month for like 6 months. And then if you still absolutely want it, go ahead and pull down that FSD. Yeah, Tony, exactly. Let's try and convince them full self-driving is definitely not worth it. But all right, so we digress, right? So this is what we know. There's a discount right now, the $3,750 credit on the Model 3 and the Model Y. Interest rates are, there's decent ones. I'll give some free knowledge right here, but Tower FCU, a lot of my viewers have used this credit union. You can see right off the bat, 2.99 for 60 months to 3.49 for 72 months. So definitely some better rates, especially better rates than Tesla. It was crazy. Let's just double check really quick. 5.34%. So you're almost saving half. Another good option is labor credit FCU. 3.14 for 65 months, 3.64 for 80, all the way up to 88 months if you need it, if you want it. And then Delphi, which Happy Hippo actually just recommended on here as well, 3.85 for 60 months. It's 4 point. So at the end of the day, there are ways to get better rates than Tesla financing. Of course, it's not as easy. You got to jump through a little bit of paperwork and hoops, but I'm telling you, it's worth it. And after you do it once, like every car loan or every car buying after that, you'll be a trooper because you've had the experience to do it. But the one thing with credit unions that I always recommend is please, when you apply, follow up with them. Do not think that they're going to follow up with you. They work differently than regular banks. You need to call them every single business day until your deal gets approved. And I've actually heard that Labor and Tower are getting a little bit more busier these days. And maybe it's not because of me, or maybe it is because of me, but there's obviously they have good rates that, of course, then it's going to get spread around like knowledge that people can get financing at a better possible rate. Yeah, Tony, 15,000 FSD is insane. If for some reason you drive off the lot and someone tows your car, you won't see a penny of that $15,000 back. A big no. Yeah, exactly. 100% good advice. really good advice. And yeah, dude, please do not go ahead and buy something like that with it's a huge dollar price for that. Let's see what else we got. Let's see, we got Happy Hippo. What do you think will happen in 2023? Tesla puts the configuration of the standard range Model Y for about 59 to 60. Do you think they will decrease the price on what the economy is doing? So this is what I think. Right now, there is a earnings call scheduled. So I'm just clicking all over the place now. There's an earnings call scheduled for January. Well, it's not scheduled, but if we look at years in the past, it happens around January 26th to January 27th. I think that's when they're going to go ahead and use that date to announce some changes. Right now, you can see on waiting for Tesla.com, there's a Model Y standard range for sale. Of course, it's got some extra features like the 20-inch rims. It's got tow hitch. So these are both like what, $1,000 to $2,000. So if we were to try and back those prices out, what's the price of this car? Like, I don't know, 60,000. Oh, we can try and back it out here to show details. 64. Okay, it's included for some reason. I don't know. Someone help me here. What's the back of this? Like 60K. So I mean, this is most likely they're going to bring this vehicle back into the market. They kind of have to, because there's so much competition in that 50K range from other manufacturers bringing in their own version of an electric EV. Manufacturers like Mercedes, Lexus, Toyota, of course, is a little cheaper. Audi, they all have kind of the same similar type of EV SUV with, of course, it's lower range, like 240, 230, but like mid 55K probably price range. So Tesla's going to bring this back, and hopefully it also qualifies for a $3,750 discount, which will then further add to the mania of it, because then that would bring back a mid 55K Model Y, which I feel like is a good price point for an electric EV SUV. Do I think they're going to reduce price right off the bat? Probably not right away. It doesn't look like they do that often. So if you look at the Tesla price history tracker that someone graciously put together, you can see like even with like Model Y or Model 3, they don't go too crazy each time. It's like 1,000, 2,000, of course, going up. So I was actually super surprised when they introduced that $3,750 discount, but it only makes sense, right? Because they're trying to offset people that are waiting for that tax credit. But the funny thing is, like, if they don't get as many deliveries as they think they're getting, and I know there's a guy on Twitter, Troy Tesla, he actually kind of follows all the delivery estimates and makes his own predictions and things like that for the end of the month. I haven't been able to see what he's actually been predicting for the end of the month, but if they're off their sales number, if they're off their quota number that they need to sell this end of quarter, end of year 2022, I predict maybe there's going to be an extra incentive in that like next week mark, December 19th, December 20th. And what if they go ahead and lift the tax rate up to $7,500? That would be absolutely insane. I think a lot of people would be upset too, people that took delivery in that first half of December, but that'd be insane if they bring it up to $7,500. And I actually posted that question on my YouTube channel poll, and a lot of people didn't think that I actually did that, but you never know, right? If they've already done this $3,750, why not just go all the way? But then they might, if they did something like that, they would have to kind of double down on that, but for next year as well. But I mean, let's put our conspiracy hat on right now, right? So when they talk of the last tax credit, it wasn't called the Inflation Reduction Act. It was called Build Back Better, I think, last year around the end of 2021. It was around this time. The price of the Model Y, let's just look at Model Y specifically, was 56, 57, actually call it 58, 57 to $58,000. And there was talk of a $7,500 tax credit back then. Well, look what Tesla did in the meantime from November of last year to this year. They basically rose the price $7,500. So they could literally give themselves their own a $7,500 tax credit, and still be at the price they were last year, and still, I don't know, like, of course, the profitability and all that, but isn't that kind of interesting? Kind of interesting to look at it from that perspective. So there could be, and that would be crazy if there is a $7,500 discount later this month or even next year, but that would be, but it's insane. But of course, it would be unprecedented. They've never done anything like that, but at the same time, they've also never raised their vehicles 7,500 in the span of a year as well. Of course, because these vehicles haven't been around that long. But Michael Anizimov, welcome. Do you think the long range will qualify for the federal tax credit? So I'm not sure if it will qualify in full. The rumor is that it will only qualify for the $3,750. That hence why there's that $3,750 discount on a Model Y right now. But yeah, we don't know because it could be half of it. It could be the full amount. We really just don't know if it's going to be for the full tax credit. And even if it does, right? Even if, let's say, a best case scenario on January 1st, it qualifies for that full $7,500 tax credit. There's a lot of stipulations with it. One of which being, if you make all the parameters, if you make the right amount of money, if you have the liability, which you really should have that liability if you're buying a Tesla, unless you're self-employed. If you're self-employed and you have write-offs, then that's a different story. But if you can afford a Tesla, you will have that much tax liability to get that money back. I feel like I have that debate with a lot of people because they don't understand that. They think it's about how much money you just get it back at refund, whether it's like $2,000 to $3,000. No, it's actually everybody pays taxes. Sorry, everybody that's a W-2 employee pays taxes throughout the year. You get that money back because you get a tax credit, liability credit refunded back to you. Hopefully that makes sense. But even if it is a tax credit and you are eligible for everything and you get it and you're going to get it back, you still have to wait till 2024, April of 2024 to file and get that money back. So, I mean, there is something to say about getting a $3,700 discount now or $7,500 like a year or two from now. I feel like you could do some damage or you could make some good choices with the $3,750 now, but I don't know. Maybe not, right? We could just all blow it away and buy like stupid stuff. Venkat, this radar news giving me a FOMO. Should I fear of missing out? Should I get the car now or wait till news on radar? It depends on how long you're going to keep the car for, right? If this is your last car that you're buying for the rest of your life, 10, 20, 30 years, then I guess you could wait till radar comes out, but most likely it's not. And with Teslas, I feel like Tesla owners swap into multiple cars more frequently because it's kind of like an iPhone, right? It's like you always want the newest technology, the newest screen, the newest graphics chip, the newest battery technology. So I feel like Tesla owners only really keep their cars even less than the traditional owner because they just want to keep swapping it out, and you can because the values stay relatively higher than other vehicles. So I feel like I just talking to someone earlier that's scheduled a call with me down below in the description. They bought a used Tesla with the plan that they're just going to flip out and sell out of theirs once prices come down on the new ones, and they'll just have the newest technology at that point. So, there's definitely different ways to play at it. Just remember, this is not going to be your last car forever. And even if it is, it's still a really nice car. First world problems at the end of the day. But this video is actually sponsored by my Calendly link. Down below in the description, there's a Calendly link where you can schedule a call with me. It's a 15 to 30 minute call where you can ask me any questions one-on-one about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, or even financing a Tesla. And after you schedule the call, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources that I use to get the best possible deal on a Tesla at the best possible price and really good financing. And right now on that guide, there's 2 credit unions that has 3% to 3.14% for 60 to 65 months. So definitely, if you're interested, definitely check that out. But you don't have to do that. Just being here, watching, subscribing, hitting the like button, and hitting the subscribe goes a long way. So thank you everyone for that as well. Happy Hippo. Me too. Another reason I'm hesitant. Yeah, exactly. The radar is kind of a weird thingy. I know it's something's going to get announced on January 26th, and we're all just going to be like, oh, shoot, we should have just waited or something. But, I mean, it's not the end of the day. Radar and Vision still a good product. You can still, I'm pretty sure I drove in a Vision one or driven a Vision one on autopilot, and it was still fine at the end of the day. No issues at all. But Tapia Andy, welcome back. I have like 90% of a Model Y right now. I have like 90% of my, so should I buy this with 37? What do you mean by 90%? Like you're on the verge of buying it? Should I buy with 37? It depends on, like, do you need a car right now? What's your base price? Is it less than the current price book out there? Of course, it's probably a 2023 at this point, the new suspension. I mean, I would just say take it. Do you qualify, even qualify for the tax credit next year? There's a lot of questions that you can ask yourself to see if it's worth it at the end of the day. Venkat, my order is on hold till April, so May I can wait. That's a pretty long hold. Is that a Model Y hold? Like they're letting you hold it that long? Definitely some interesting stuff. Tapiana, yeah, money. Oh, you're 90% of your money saved right now. Well, please don't pay cash for a Model Y. Use the cheap financing that we have at 3%. Someone can definitely help you out there. But I mean, if you want to pay cash, go for it. More power to you. I don't know. I just hate buying stuff like it's a depreciating asset in all cash. I'd rather just leverage it and let someone else take the ride with me. Kevin Kim. Is there a safety score limit for the FSD beta right now? I heard it was 80 before. Now I heard it's gone now. Not sure what it is, ATM. Yeah, I think they released that, I think in November, late November. Kevin Kim, welcome back. Elon said it's wide release going out to a bunch of people. And if you don't have it already, you got to do that tip I was telling you about switching to advanced and back. But you'll most likely get it by the end of the year. And in the worst case scenario, you could try and schedule a service appointment, but that's a headache in itself. But good luck with that for sure. But you'll definitely get it at some point. Just got to be patient and I would say just drive safe in the meantime. But yeah, I know it can be easier said than done. Ralph Quella, hey, how are you? Do you think the used inventory is going to get cheaper? Planning to buy a used one soon, but wondering if I should wait. So yes, used 100% will get cheaper, especially in the January to February time frame. That's usually the reason why I say that, because historically and I guess traditionally, vehicle sales drop off a cliff in January to February. Or new and used vehicle sales drop off a cliff. So that's when prices kind of drop like a rock. But here's a really good site. I was talking about this site yesterday. It's called EV Hunter. You can see all the used whatever Tesla vehicles across the country. So right now you can see Model 3 used filtered down to USA. And if I short this by price, the cheapest one, ooh, not bad. Cheapest one in the country from Tesla themselves with that extra 1 year of 10,000 miles warranty is a 2019 Model 3 standard range. It's got 49,000 miles, not bad. It comes with autopilot, they all do, so that's good. White with black interior, not bad. Wow, for an easy clap, $30,000. Hey, please don't pay that. Please do not pay the 7.49%. But that's a cheap ride. If it had full self-driving, of course, that would kind of add that cherry on top. But yeah, it doesn't. But I mean, it's still a good deal. I mean, it's good. That's a good vehicle, a work vehicle, Turo, Uber. Like you cannot go wrong with a $30,000 Model 3 at this point, in my opinion. But definitely. But the market, to answer your question, yes, market is going down in January, February. If you can wait. But, I certainly understand. But at the same time, just kind of set your price parameters and goal. If you could, like mine is if I can get a 2019 or really 2020 or 2021 Model 3 long range with full self-driving for mid 35s, I think that would be hard for me to say no to. But yeah. Tilapia Andy, dude, love your content. Thanks for going live often. Thank you. Thanks for joining. And thanks for joining and hitting the like button and all that stuff. Venkat, yes, Model Y, I have to ask to keep them I have asked them to keep my order on hold till original delivery date, and this will be on car for another 10 years. Okay, yeah, then I would say if this is your car for 10 years, I would wait for the radar, and I would just really wait till January, February, maybe even February, March, because that's when I think the lows will be of the Model Y market, and the pricing changes will all kind of lay into place. But really, if you can wait till 2024, it's funny because if you can wait till 2024, and you qualify for the $7,500 tax credit, the tax credit will be taken off at point of sale. So it'll be a line for line discount, $7,500 off. So I don't know if that interests you, but yeah. Diana ordered at 63.9, being offered that 3.7 off, 61K-ish car. Is it worth? So that's good. You have a lower price than what it was before. I mean, it depends. Like, do you qualify for the tax credit next year? Do you believe the tax credit's coming? Do you need a car now? I mean, you do have a good price. It's lower than what it was like your current pricing, but tough question for sure. We have to know a little bit more about your situation. Ahmed, I have hold on Tesla Model 3. I'm waiting for the Tower FCU to approve the loan, and I have Tesla is harassing me and take the car. Otherwise, release the car. Should I take it or let it go. I mean, just be honest with them. Tell them you're waiting on Tesla financing. I mean, that's a pretty valid reason. I think they should be able to push it out for like another week or so. But at the same time, Tower FCU, please call them. Follow up with them every single day until your loan is approved at the end of the day. All right, let me take a water break really quick. Yeah, follow up with the credit unions every day as possible. Michael W. Hey, Dennis, what is considered a good price on a used Model Y? I was actually looking at this the other day. I would say it depends on what year, right? 2022, low 50s is good. I was recommending to someone that was looking at one to try and get one. It's like a 2022 Model Y long range with like 15,000 miles, I think. I told him to try and offer like 52. But this is what I do actually. I was literally doing this strategy today. When I find a car that I'm interested in and it's in the used market. So let's just take, some Model X action right here. Definitely an expensive car. But let's switch it to 2022 because that's like, I think these are depreciated the most right now. So if you're in the market for one of these, it might get super interesting real soon. But let's take, okay, so Model X long range. Well, the first thing is you can't buy from a dealer because dealers have certain thresholds. They have certain prices that they paid for the vehicle. So they have no wiggle room at the end of the day. So you got to find one that's a private sale. And let's say you find one that's a private sale, which is kind of tough for a Model X, I would say, because no one's really willing to kind of take that much risk and trying to sell it themselves. But let's, for the sake of the example, let's pretend this 2022 Tesla Model X right here for sale in Sarasota is a private sale owner. I specifically go after private people because I know they have more flexibility in the price, but I take this vehicle and I see it's got 1,200 miles on it. It's a 2022 Model X base at $109,000. And this is how I find out for myself whether it's a good deal or not. I take that same vehicle, go to Car Buyer USA. So if you don't know, Car Buyer USA is like a wholesaler purchaser. They're really good. They always offer the highest values that I've seen versus other competitors like CarMax and things like that. So I put the same exact vehicle into here. So a 2022 Tesla Model X with 1,200 miles. I hit the offer button and I see that the wholesale value is $98,000 to $95,000, call it $99,000. So then I go back to the private sale. You cannot do this with a dealer. Dealers will literally just kick you out the door or laugh at you. I go back to the private sale. Hey, I want to offer 102 to 103. I try and offer like 2 to 3, maybe even $1,000 to $3,000 more than the wholesale value, because I know being in a person trying to sell their vehicle, you're kind of in a situation. You can wait on private buyers or you can sell to wholesalers like CarMax and things like that quickly. So if the time has to be worth it, so if you're going to sell it like for a little bit more, it has to be worth it at the end of the day. So that's kind of my strategy on buying a used Tesla, or really any used car at this point. So that's how you can try and find out what a good used price is for you. Is basically trying to pay as close to wholesale as possible. All right, so hopefully that answers the question, Michael. Ralph, what I dislike about Tesla used inventory from their side is the fact that I can't see the car first before signing everything. I really want to test drive it first and see the car itself. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Teslas are really bad quality, so no matter what, any vehicle, new or used, like it's going to have issues. So you got to set that expectation. Unfortunately, I'm saying that I love Teslas. I've had 3 Teslas so far, a Model 3, a Model Y, and a Model S. But every single time, you just got to go in with the right expectation. There's going to be paint work. There's going to be paint issues, condition issues. There's definitely going to be swirl marks and scratches. So you kind of just got to prepare yourself for that. And the good thing is a lot of those things can be fixed with like a good detailer. But I could definitely understand your point for that. The only thing I'm really scared about is rust. Or paint flaking off a bumper, but you can always decline. You can always decline the Tesla after you take delivery, in a sense, after you buy it. But I definitely understand where you're coming from. Bart, no way they put a hold on your account for that long. I just got mine and had to twist their arm to get 1 week before they cancel. Yeah, it's really it depends. Like I've heard people getting holds for like a couple of weeks, even a month. But most people are just they're trying to make you take delivery like right away, for sure. Tilapia Andy, that's a problem. What if Tesla raises price for 2024 at the point of sale? Do you wait or for now or buy that? Yeah, that's a good point. Like, because the tax rate is point of sale, $7,500. So they could just do that same game where they start raising it. But we'll know kind of the trend. If they keep raising the price in January, then we'll know that they're going to basically raise the price all the way up another $7,500 by 2024. So you can kind of use that. You can use this Tesla price history tracker to see what they've done in the past, and then you can kind of try and base it on what they're going to do in the future. But yeah, this is going on a long stream, guys, almost 30 minutes. I'm liking it. Hopefully you guys enjoy this like more chiller stream. There's not really a topic. I'm just letting you guys come in and ask any questions you want while we just talk about. And really, I'm trying to ask my questions. Ask myself this same question: is it the right time to buy a Tesla right now? Because I've kind of had that itch. I haven't had a Tesla for a little bit because I got banned. My orders got deleted, but I'm itching. I kind of want to get it back into another one. Teslas are amazing cars. They're really good daily drivers. I've said that a ton, especially because of the autopilot system once you trust it. And because I do a lot of highway driving, so I want to get back into one. And I just miss how intuitive the technology is, and especially that dog mode. Dog mode is just like, you cannot beat dog mode if you have a pet out there, or even a dog or whatever. Like, it's so like just it's just peace and relaxing to know that your car is on for them. Model Y 7-seater or Model X 2017. Are you talking like a brand new Model Y? Oh, sorry, model. Okay, so old Teslas are bad. Okay, so that's a really blanket statement. Let me take that back. Old Teslas like Model S and Model X's, the technology, you can really feel how old it is when you drive that and then you drive a brand new or a newer Model Y 7-seater, like just touching it. And if that bugs you, and it kind of bugs me, then, well, you should just go drive both of them and then make the decision for yourself at the end of the day. But because I did that, I went and drove a Model X, a used one, and then I drove a brand new Model Y, and that basically sealed the deal. Because if you think about it, when you're in the car a lot and it's your car that you're going to be driving, messing around with all the UI and stuff, if it's slow or lag, it's kind of like having an old phone. Like, you don't want it. Unless you're someone that has like an iPhone 5 still, then get that Model X, if you know what I'm talking about. But Vincat, thanks, Dennis. Love your content, and it's my daily routine now to watch all your videos for today's latest news on Tesla. Thank you. I'm trying to branch out just a little bit. I still wanted to stay focused on Tesla deals because I just love talking about that. But every once in a while, there's a video about that I just want to make, like, slightly like a little Tesla newsy. So thanks for watching that. But if you guys have any tips or feedback on what you want to see more of, or my perspective on, let me know, because I'm thinking about making like other EV deals out there. Like, if I do some research on like the other, like the e-trons, like the Audi e-trons, is there a deal on those right now? Like the Mercedes EQS, is there a deal on those? I mean, there has to be a deal, and I'm going to find it because I love finding deals at the end of the day. All right. Thumbs down. Yes, exactly. Deals bad. SF City Boy, would you recommend a demo 2023 Model Y performance with USS sensors and the new suspension for $74,000? I can pay the $15,000 or pay monthly, but I heard the monthly prices increase over time. So I've also heard that, I think that's kind of just like the scare tactic. But since the full self-driving subscription has been out, it has not increased at all, I think. I'm pretty sure. But Google that and fact check me. But I'm not sure. Yeah, $15,000, and he also even like $74,000 for a Model Y performance. That's expensive. And you said it's a demo, so like, how much discount does that have then? Because if it's still $74,000, like, I feel like it's got to have, yeah, it must be like super loaded, like a red or paint color, and then tow hitch or something. But I don't know. $74,000 is a lot of money. And $74,000 for a Model Y performance is even more like a ton of money. I don't know if I could pay that, because to give you perspective, like when I bought my 2021 Tesla Model Y performance, it was a demo, had 888 miles, and I had a $4,000 discount on it, and I paid $59,000 as a sale price. So for me to like comfortably recommend you to buy a $74,000 one, I can't do it like in good faith and judgment, I guess. But I mean, that's kind of course, it's a different market now. The Model Y performance starts at $70,000. It's like, in terms of dollar for dollar value out there, I'm not sure it's there. But a demo 2023 Model Y performance, that's kind of interesting that there's one already out there with the discount, because I don't think I've seen that yet. But I'm curious, how much discount is that demo Model Y performance? Like, is it $1,000 to $2,000? And also, how many miles on it? That would really give me a better idea if it's a good deal or not. Ahmed, I honestly bought the Tesla to ride it and rent it, but in the days I'm not riding, it's rented on Turo, but I'm wondering if there's another app to rent it on. Any recommendations? I do know there's other apps to rent out vehicles on but I think Turo is the best one because it has the most market share versus like all the other apps. So I would probably just rent out on Turo. But that's the thing with, I mean, I have a video where like I basically had a Turo horror story, horror renter. So definitely check it out. It's like you type in like my name or search on my channel for Turo, but basically give it a TLDR. The renter got arrested and I had to go repo my car. So you can imagine how crazy that was. And I was recording that thing like every single phone call and everything. It was fun. In retrospect, it was fun, but it was definitely some nerve wracking when the car was disappearing. Venkat, at Berkshire, you can text your SA and keep asking to keep your order on hold until you're out the door or take it, deliver whenever you want. Yeah, you can try and ask them and plead with them. Saying you're out of town also works well as well, from what I've heard. So definitely try that out. Michael, so I would mostly like to withhold less taxes from my W-2 to old 7500 when filing in 2023. No, so that's not right at all. Basically, if you make above $60,000 to $70,000 in W-2 income, you're going to be paying over $6,000 to $7,000 in federal tax throughout the year on every single paycheck. And how the tax credit work is you get that money back because you've been paying it to file it back. So that's what you have to do. You don't have to actually withhold it or pay less or pay more. You're going to get that money back regardless if you make enough money to have a liability at the end of the day. So hopefully that kind of clears it up and makes more sense. There's a website right here. Here, let me just show it out to you. So Smart Asset, really cool website. You can actually put in like income values for any country or like whatever. So let's put in like, I think the threshold's like $75,000. I was like messing around with it. Let's see, go here, $75,000. Let's see, single Los Angeles, like $9,000 in federal tax. You can see it right there. So you can see that since you're paying $9,500 in tax, you're going to get that back with the $7,500 tax rate. Of course, not in full back, but you get some of it back. Ahmed, would you buy a salvage Tesla, but it's cheaper? No, I would not touch a salvage car. I've never actually purchased a salvage car. I've been tempted a bunch of times with all different types of vehicles, but I've never bought a salvage car. It's just not a good proposition for front and back, unless you're buying like a $20,000 salvage car, like a Mini Cooper or something, and you're going to keep it for like ever, then yes. But you do not want to buy anything that's like $40,000-$50,000 because you're just losing too much and no one's going to give you your money back from that. Ralph, I meant those paint swirls and accessories are indeed fixable. My main concern about used Tesla is the battery condition and wonder if Tesla truly tests them. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, the good thing with Tesla is that when you buy from them, there's like a 10-year 100,000 mile warranty. So I'll just make sure if you're going to buy one that's used that has less, of course, newer than has a bunch of the 10-year warranty left and also a bunch of the 100,000 mile warranty left. So if you're worried about it, try and get one in like 30 to 40,000 miles and drive it all the way to 100. Michael, love your insight. Thank you. Puro, filter the used Tesla inventory for 2021 Model 3 long range. Oh, is that a tip? Let's take a look. All right, so we got down to US. I don't really know how to use this site as well. So are we in Model 3? I think we are. So let's take a look. Full self-driving. How do we do long range? Okay, save configuration. Is it saved? I'm confused. Oh, no, apply configuration. Okay, now let's take a look at the cheapest. Oh, is this what you're telling me? Is this what you're showing me right now? Let's take 2018. Ooh, no, not. I gotta do 2021. How do I do years on this thing? Is it advanced? Here we go. Oh, save configurations. Okay, so there's one. Is this what you're trying to communicate with me? All right, let's take a look at this. But before that, 2021 Model 3 long range. Okay, 30,000 miles. Good miles. Black. There you go. That's nice. Full self-driving. Okay, front and rear heat seats, acceleration boost. They really loaded this thing. Very interesting, but $50,000. Interesting. I mean, what really seals the deal on this one is that full self-driving, because now that it's open to full beta, like Kevin is basically experiencing or trying to experience right now, Kevin Kim, but This is a decent buy. I kind of like this buy. If it was like just a little bit cheaper, I'm always gonna ask for that little bit more. You can't negotiate with Tesla, unfortunately, but this is not bad. It's not bad. Happy Hippo, what do you think of the long range price Model Y should be now, not the standard range? I think the long range Model Y price should be back to what it was back in my day. It should be $55,000. That's what I think the Model Y long range price. And until we get back there, I'm probably, I don't know. We'll see it. Let's we can get there for demo discounts or something. Caleb, 48,000 2020 Model 3 long range full self driving acceleration boost 19.3. Okay, is that what this was? I think so. No, maybe not. I'm gonna say $48,000 Model 3. Yeah, full self. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, offer them. Is that from like a dealer or a private seller? Maybe just offer them like $4,000 less. See what happens. Danny, any insights on the Canadian market? I'm not really seeing the deals you folks in the US area. Unfortunately, not. I have no idea about Canada. I mean, of course, EVCPO, you can kind of look at it through here. Sorry, I'm blocking it, but EVCPO is a good used and new site. You can see all the vehicles that Tesla has. You can see here from a full spectrum of all the vehicles available for sale in Canada, but it doesn't seem like there's a lot. Like right now, there's only 179 total Teslas available for sale in Canada. SF City Boy, it's a 74K with taxes and fees. Demo comes with 1,400 off and 400 miles on the 2023 Model Y Performance. Okay, so that's not bad. The discount is good for $1,400 off, and it only has 400 miles on it. That's not bad, but yeah, I guess your tax rate in California and San Francisco, that's expensive too, because I definitely know the feeling of that. But I mean, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. So that means like your vehicle is really like a $67,000 car in terms of price and stuff. I don't know. I mean, like you're comparing it. Weren't you comparing it to like a Honda INS hybrid? That's tough because gas is going down now, as I know you've probably seen. I think it's like $4 and like or low $4. So you gotta just do the math and see, the calculations. Also, like, do you have a charging setup? Is it gonna make sense for you to charge at home and all that stuff? Do you believe in full self-driving? Do you drive a lot of highway miles? That's actually the kicker. If you drive a lot of highway miles and you have like a 1 hour commute each way, then yes, you'll buy it because you will save a lot of time mentally. You'll get it back because they're just getting on the highway, driving, throwing into autopilot and just sitting back and relaxing while the car just takes you to your destination is a whole nother experience. And I actually really miss that. And that's why I want to get back into a Tesla. Danny, generally newer models are better. Does this stand for 2022 and 2023? Yes. 2023 has a new suspension for the Model Y, so that's why it's better than the 2022. But if suspension might not be as important to a lot of people. But it is 100% important to me because Tesla suspension is horrendous. Yes, I said it. Tesla suspension is horrendous, relatively compared to other luxury vehicles in the same price range. JC, I ordered a Model X long range back in April-ish for $130,000 before tax. White interior, six-seat upgrade. Is that worth it? Great question, because the Model X was an elusive Tesla. That's the last one on my bucket list, kind of, so to speak. And did you know that the Model X, the refresh version, at one point was $90,000 at a base price point? You can see it right here. 2021 refresh, when it came out, it was a $90,000 base price point. So if we were to take the $90,000 plus your 6-seat upgrade, which is like what, $6,500, $7,000 plus white interior, another $2,000. That means that vehicle, your exact vehicle, was $100,000 before, and now it's $113,000. But what I can tell you is that the 2022 Tesla Model X market is getting not necessarily hammered. It's still kind of sticking above, but there are deals out there. And I actually found a couple the other day. There was a Model X refresh 2022 for $91,000, and there was another one for $95,000. So there are deals to be had. I mean, they're expensive deals, but there are deals to be had. So if you're interested, if you're wondering if that's a good deal, the deal you have at $113,000. My question is it in 2023? Do you have a delivery date? Is it coming soon? Then you have to kind of take a look at the market when that actually comes out for that. Venkat, maybe we can opt out to not withhold taxes up to $7,500. That way you don't have to wait until 20. Yeah. That's actually a good point. You got to work with your HR or work whatever to try and basically not pay a bunch of taxes. They like raise up the exemption rates, and that way you get your money now, and you don't have to wait for it to file. That actually is a good strategy if you're looking to do that. Alan, welcome. Taking delivery of a 2023 Model Y Performance. That was a showroom demo. I'm paying $72,000 after taxes, title, and fees. You sound like someone else in the chat right now. Do you know SF City Boy? I got a $1,300 discount for being a demo and a $3,750 discount. Yep, that's exactly his situation. You guys buying the same car under 50 miles. Okay, that's actually, so your deal is slightly better than his because his has 400 miles. And now I bet you're going to ask me, is it a good deal? I don't know. It might be a good deal. Should I take delivery of my Model 3 long range without USS? That's tough. Hopefully your Model 3 long range has the good suspension, but without USS, I've heard it's a pain and it's also like kind of weird. So I don't know. I would probably just wait. But yeah, I don't know. I really don't know on that one. What's the best price on Model Y 22 demo? Well, actually, there's a bunch of people talking about their Model Y demos right now. But basically, the best price is the highest discount that you can possibly get. And right now, let's just take a look at what I would say if you can get a discount like under 1,000 miles and above $3,000 discount, that's probably the best price. But there's a couple Model Ys. Like everybody that's asking me about the Model Y Performance deal, like and whether it's a good deal or not, there's a couple out there. I mean, it might not be near where you're at, but like let's take a look at this one right here. 2022 Tesla Model Y Performance. It's got 3,000 miles, so definitely a little bit of high miles, but over a $5,200 discount. Of course, yes, this is a 2022, but $5,270 discount. I don't know. I mean, there's other deals out here as well. Like this one's got a $3,300 discount. I mean, all of these are going to be 22. So if you absolutely want a 2023 with that new suspension, then yes, like these are tempting, but I really need the suspension. So I don't think I could do one of these. That's for sure. Nad Joe, dude, Tesla Model Y is ugly. Buy 2023 Land Rover Defender. It is more beautiful and cheaper. All right, Land Rover Defender. Let me buy one today, right now. Let's take a look. Land Rover Defender. Is it? I mean, I do like these vehicles. And at one point, there was a deal where you can get one of these with like the cool rims and everything, like the very safari, like hubcap wheel looking rims. But the thing is, I just don't know if I can go back to paying like gas every single day, like on my drives, like because yeah, it's well, how much is one of these? Come on, give me the answer. Come on now, Joe. You're not being helpful. Well, maybe you are. $68,000. This is expensive. This is more expensive than the Model Y. I mean, it's a cool looking car at the end of the day, but I don't know if I could pay more than a Model Y. I'd rather just get a Model Y then at that point and not pay for any sort of gas whatsoever at that point. My 7-seater is very expensive. Yeah, 7-seaters are rare. They're definitely very expensive. Are you ever going to do a Tesla giveaway? Like giving away a car? I got like, I can give away a key card. I got some extra ones somewhere. But I don't know. Yeah, that'd be a good point. Maybe if I get to like I don't know how many subscribers do I need to give. Well, actually, 1 second. All right, guys, we're gonna do our first Tesla giveaway for the next 100 for my 100,000 subscriber. If you're the lucky 100,000 subscriber, you will get a Tesla Cybertruck. All right, never mind. I tried that. It didn't work. All right, man, I just got the Model Y long range for under 50K in 2020 and can't believe it got so expensive. Yeah, it's an expensive vehicle. I mean, yeah, that's true. I mean, you got a really good price, and the good thing with yours is that you are pretty much set for a while. Like you'll not lose any money if you ever need to exit out of it. But definitely, yeah. I mean, now it's $67,000 is a lot of money at the end of the day. Do you think the Model 3 have great prices for what you get, or should we wait for the Project Highland? That's a tough question. I mean, because we don't know when Highland's going to be released. If I was thinking it's going to be 2024, but then they also have that earnings call next month, so maybe they might, introduce something then. I mean, if you can wait, there will always be the next thing or the newest feature or anything like that. But we are also on the cusp of a lot of different things, including the tax credit next month. So I would say wait till like February, March, if you possibly can. Mr. Catan, you don't need full self-driving for highways. Autopilot is more than enough for this purpose. Exactly, 100%. I tell everybody that full self-driving, you do not need to do it. Just get the $200 subscription if you absolutely really want it, but please do not pay $15,000. SF City Boy, yes, I do have the 1 hour commute for work, no home charging since I live in a high-rise, and yes, I was comparing to a 2023 Model Y to a 23 Hybrid Sport CRV Hybrid Sport Touring. Yeah, so if you have a 1 hour commute and it's all highway, just get the Model Y. It's going to be worth it. It's going to be paying you back dividends for months and months and years just because of the autopilot system by itself. Hopefully you'll trust it and get used to it. But after you do, you'll understand what I'm talking about, because you'll basically you basically get like at least 50% of your time back when you're driving an autopilot. I'm in Minneapolis. Yeah, there's a ton actually. I always look at these demo deals that are out here, and a bunch of them are MN or Minneapolis, I think, or at least right here, Minneapolis. No, that's not Minneapolis. I think it was the Model 3s is where I see them all Minneapolis. But yeah, right here. Minnesota? Minneapolis? Oh, I'm looking. Sorry, I fucked up. That's wrong. SF City Boy. Still conflicted on whether to buy full self-driving and pay monthly. I'll keep this car for years, but don't no more than 6 years. Don't like the idea of FSD going monthly. Yeah, I guess. That's what I'm saying. Get the vehicle first. Pay the $200 a month. See if it's actually worth it to you. And then drop down and pay the $15,000 after that, unless you really want to finance it. Please explain, or Dr. Khalid, please explain the value of suspension in Model Y 3023 2023. So suspension on Teslas are horrendous, absolutely horrendous. If you're someone that came from an electric car like a BMW, Lexus, Mercedes, then the Tesla suspension, even though it's the same price as those vehicles like the Model 3 and the Model Y, it is not the same quality of luxury vehicle, luxury build, and or even luxury suspension. It's harsh, super harsh. And I say that with like a passion because I just want to make sure everybody has the right expectation buying into one of these. So that's why the new suspension that came out in the 2023 Model Y is a pretty big game changer. And I've heard it's like 20 to 30% better than the years before, but at least it's in the right step and direction. At the end of the day, any electric vehicle is going to have harsh suspension because of how heavy the battery is, but at least it's better than what it was before. And they're actually trying to make an effort onto it instead of just, I don't know what they were doing before, but I think they're just trying to make it really sporty, and that's why it was just so harsh at the end of the day with those vehicles. Piero, the Defender is awesome, but once you go electric, it's hard. Yeah, exactly, 100%. Once you go electric, it's very, very hard to go back, just because going to that smelly gas pump and tank and filling up. Yeah, exactly. Upward Thunder, why'd you get banned from Tesla? So I actually had a article that was posted about me in the LA Times about I may or may not have been accused of flipping Teslas, and I guess someone, and I always used to think, because I've heard of people getting banned from buying Teslas before, and I always used to thought there was like some department within Tesla that seeks out and tries to delete people's orders that they think are flipping or whatever. But I have found out that it was just one person in the sales department of a Tesla store that decided to go in and delete my Model Y and Model X orders. So I'm a sad boy. I cannot go in and buy one legitly anymore. I have to figure out other ways around it, or I have to go onto cars.com and car growers, or I have to go give BMW dealerships or Lexus dealerships my money to buy a used Tesla. Look what you guys did now. And I wasn't even flipping. I've had 3 Teslas so far. This is my case. I didn't flip them for profit, even though I made profit. I didn't intentionally flip them for profit. I just so happened to make profit, I guess. Model 3, I bought it 2019, drove it for 18,000 miles and sold it 18 months later. Model Y, drove it for 7 months. But I drove 15,000 miles and sold it, made some profit, of course. And then the Model S, drove it for 6,000 miles, and I sold it 6 months later because I had to get it out of that car. Even though I love that car, I kind of foresaw the market correcting with the used car market, so I just had to get out of it and make sure I didn't break even in a sense or lose money on that vehicle, because it's an expensive car at the end of the day. SF City Boy, I'm glad you appreciate my Cybertruck. I'm going to be giving away my 100,000 subscriber. I'm going to give away a Cybertruck, so be on the lookout for that. Tilapia Andy. I think I'll wait a little bit buying the Tesla Model Y unless Tesla pulls a $7,500 discount before January 1st. I'll probably impulse buy. Yeah, if they do that, I think that will really that'll really set the playing field. It'll basically reset to what it was before, right? I mean, we know that Tesla Model Y or Tesla has increased their vehicle prices up $7,500. And if they just quickly revert that back, if they quickly revert it back with the narrative like, oh, like, I'm sorry guys, the tax credit isn't, you don't get it fully out, but we got you guys anyway. Here's the full $7,500 discount. They could easily do that and not have it, they could control the narrative that it's not necessarily a demand issue. It's just, we want to give you guys the tax credit or something like that because we want to, accelerate sustainability vehicles. So they could easily paint it that way and still be okay and people would still buy it, I think. SF City Boy, I've never used a charger before. I don't know where I'll charge. I'm assuming a supercharger or someplace around the Bay Area. I was told there are many places to charge outside at home. Yes, there are many places to charge outside at home, supercharging being one, but supercharging is expensive. I did a video about that yesterday about how much supercharging is, and spoiler, it's expensive. Expensive, or I guess it's relative, but expensive. It's basically the same cost as that Camry hybrid. To fill up a supercharger, it's like 15 to 20 bucks. I went through a couple different scenarios in yesterday's video, so definitely check that out if you are interested. But it's expensive. The cheapest way to have an EV is to have a home charger, and that's where you can get those sweet low kilowatt cents per rate hours, rates. So definitely check that out. But yeah, I would not try and rely on a supercharger or a level 2 charger because that's just way too slow. Unless you can walk to one or you have one at your work, then that's a different story. Happy Hippo, I'm on the fence about getting Model 2023 Model Y long range or getting a demo performance Y with the discounts since the price will be cheaper than a new 2023. Yeah, exactly. Like there's some demo discounts out there that bring it to the price of a long range, and that's a deal in my book. If like you're gung ho dead set on a Tesla Model Y, and you're on like a Model Y long range, I would rather you get a Model Y Performance with a $5,000 discount and pay the same price as a Model Y long range because you get more vehicle. It's it's a sicker car at the end of the day in terms of the wheels and like the the pizzazz, but also the flip side is you can't really tell the difference between a Model Y long range and a Model Y Performance, like aesthetic and visually. So no one really knows the difference. All people see is Tesla and then like, oh, cool, Tesla. So, but in terms of like value and dollar for dollar value of money, then yeah, for sure, Model Y Performance. Venkat, my commute is very short if Tesla announced standard range Model Y under 55K with May 7,500 tax rate. Do you recommend switching long range to standard range Model Y? Yeah, if your commute's like 10, 20 miles, then yeah, it might be worth it to just go get a standard range. Like I'm that's kind of like one. So I've got like many different scenarios in my head. It's constantly changing. And one scenario is if I can get a Model Y standard range with a full $7,500 discount that brings it to low 50s, then that might be an avenue for me. But who knows? Who knows? Thanks, Dennis. JC, you're awesome. I just subscribed. I might unsub then resub when you're at 9999 subs to get that Hot Wheel giveaway. Yeah, 100%. I'm giving away a Cybertruck. Everyone, if you haven't heard, I'm giving a Cybertruck away at my 100,000 subscribers. So definitely be on the lookout. Hopefully, one of you are a lucky winner that you can win a Tesla Cybertruck today. Or in the near future, because I don't know when I'm going to get to 100,000. I'm on the fence. Getting my Model Y long range new at 59,240 discounts at lower price, or getting a demo 2022 Model Y with a discount since the price will be cheaper than a new 2023. I mean, your long range price is good, and I bet a lot of people in this chat are going to confirm that or agree with me that your long range price is very, very good. So I don't know, it's tough. That's a good deal, especially since you're going to be trading on your vehicle, and your vehicle is also going down in price every single day or month as well. So, and then interest rates might go up, and just getting into the electric car ecosphere and getting used to it is a world of a difference. And you'll not regret it. You won't regret it, and you'll want to keep it and don't want to go back to a vehicle. And that's kind of the interesting thing is I've talked to a lot of new EV owners, and including myself. When you get into an EV and you drive it for like months or years, and then you have to go back into a gas car. Gas cars feel clunky and almost feel like old technology. And it's because it's not as smooth as an EV, and you feel like you just can't do a gas car anymore. It's really interesting. Salpy Andy, can you post this video on your main feed or save it so we can view it later? Yep. After we're done with this video, it's actually going to go live as a video. All my live streams do, and sometimes I make it private and then I just post the video after. I'm trying to figure out what's the best way for the YouTube algorithm, because I feel like for a while, I know some of you are getting annoyed because I was posting double, but for some reason when I was posting double, the video would get more views than the live stream video. So I think I figured out the scenario, and basically I have to post it. If I'm streaming too late, I'm just going to make the live video go inactive, and then I'll post the regular video the next morning or something like that. All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being with me this whole time, guys. You guys have been awesome. Dr. Khalid, if you have Model Y 2022 less or buying 2023 because the suspension worth the difference, yes, yeah, that's exactly the threshold that you probably want to look for like the $2,000 to $3,000 mark, because to swap out the suspension for a more comfortable suspension actually is around $3,000 to $4,000. And Unplugged Performance actually has a comfort suspension for the Model Y, which you can get that. So that's about probably the price point you want to be at yeah, you want to definitely do that. But yeah, Deanna booked a call in a bit, but I can move it up. Did you book it tonight or did you book it tomorrow? Or hopefully, because I can jump off. Oh, perfect. Yeah, I see it. Nice. 9:15. Oh shit, you booked it for today. Sorry. Yeah, let's I'm gonna end in like a few minutes, and then I can jump on that call with you. But yeah, Diana actually just booked a call with me. Down below in the description, if you're interested, you can actually book a call with me. All right, let's see how much more comments. Oh, true. Okay, all right, I'll be sure. Let me move it to 9:30, and then we can jump on that one, and I'll make sure to 100% end by then if you're okay with that. Robert was wondering what do you think they'll make the Model Y with a long range 350 to 400 model range? Yeah, I think like next year they might do something like that, but we wouldn't. I mean, that's way. I haven't heard that actually at all. Would you buy a Tesla from CarMax? No, I would not buy a Tesla from CarMax. They charge too much, and the warranty would be worth it, but I think at this point Teslas are pretty good with warranty. Would you prefer to buy a used Tesla from Tesla or a third party? Either one. I would actually prefer you buy it from a private owner, someone that has enjoyed it and didn't sell it to a dealer or something like that. JC, I'm guessing buying it off of Tesla will give you warranty. Yes, warranty. You get one more extra year and like 10,000 more miles or something like that off of the used Tesla site or Tesla directly. So definitely check that out if you're buying a high mileage Tesla. Mrs. YouTube, Dennis, come on, you were on the news for flipping cars. Yes, I was on the news for flipping cars because that's how the narrative was in the article. But if you look at my actual history, I had 3 Teslas. I drove out the piss out of all of them. I didn't just the real flippers. If you want to see flippers, I'll show you flippers. All my Teslas here. Let me just switch the screen. All my Teslas that I own, I drove. The first one was 19,000 miles. The second one was 15,000 miles. And the last one was 5,000 miles. But if you really want to see true flippers, here are the true flippers. And I'll show you exactly what they do. The true flippers buy a Tesla. They don't even drive it. They just take it home, and then they go and sell it right away on the site. So this is Manheim wholesale to wholesale auction dealers. This is dealers that sell to each other at the auction sites or auction whatever. You can see right, these people are the true flippers. 54 miles. This is 2023 Tesla Model X. 54 miles, 41 miles, 96 miles, 27. These are actual flippers. I at least enjoyed the car. Like I actually did it. I bought the cars because I wanted to use them, experience them, enjoy them, and then sell them to get the new one. And as you can see on my history, Model 3 to Model Y, Model Y to Model S. I didn't constantly buy the same one. I just upgraded slowly to the newest one. But unfortunately, the article, I guess he did kind of ask me the right questions. But here's the article, Upward Thunder. Tesla owners are flipping their cars like houses. And of course, there's the Model S that I had at the time. And you can kind of see some of it. I mean, I gave him some hot takes and hotlines. And then also, there's no really cool stuff is there's CBS interviewed me as well. It was a fun experience. I'm actually right here. And I actually sold my Model S on this video, which was fun as well. But definitely some really interesting stuff. I was painted as a flipper, I kind of said I was like in the article, but I explained to each of them that I bought and sold each one. and I drove each one to experience them. And my whole thing was I want to buy these cars so that I experience them, show other people about them, talk to people about them, and I guess make money while I'm doing it. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people are making money during this time selling cars. So at least I didn't go ahead and buy them right away and flip them like these people. I bought them, experienced them, and that's kind of my justification. But I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, what's the definition of flipping is my rebuttal. But thanks for watching this long stream, guys. Thanks for watching this 1 hour stream. This is the longest one I've ever done. Hopefully you guys got this, hopefully you guys got some tidbits from this, and hopefully it was helpful. But yeah, the question is, should we buy a Tesla right now? That's kind of what I'm asking myself right now. Is it the right time? But thanks for watching this video. Please hit that like if you enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.